You've lost. You might be a Republican, a conservative, a libertarian. You might even be a classical liberal. It doesn't matter. You've lost. The United States of America is dead. From this point onward, there will be no further debate, no further discussion, no further real democracy. The Democrats have won. The regressive left has won. You think you have a chance in this new regime, but everything from now until the Democrats officially change the name of the United States to the Democratic Oligarchy of America is at most hollow political theater. The regressive left has won, and you've lost. This is going to be the first in a series of videos that is going to explain to you exactly why the regressive left won and why you lost. And I'm going to start by telling you why, as of today, I no longer call myself a men's rights activist. But first, let's go through the mailbag. Yay! All right, welcome to the mailbag, as it were.
What are you on about? She didn't say what?
What? Oh, fine.
Exactly.
All right, so we have received lots of lovely things in the Badger Cave, including these. You see, one is already in use. These ones are basically yours, I think.
Yay. That's nice.
Yeah. Lovely badger on them. Thank you. I believe you were anonymous. Thank you, anonymous. And
Never forget.
and I also want to thank the people who helped us get some equipment for the trip to New York. We did indeed use the equipment. We used it when we were filming Cassie, and we did some other filming as well. You want to talk about Sensorium?
The author is Anthony T. Mm-hmm. The illustrator is Samantha K.
Yeah.
Not Leona K.
And I think he also has a pen name, but Cuban writer, I believe.
Yeah, and there's two issues, and it's a comic called Sensorium.
Yep.
I read through them both. It's interesting concept. I don't want to give anything away, but there is a bit of. It looks like the writer is playing with this idea of identity politics and marketing with in sort of a real life superhero world, which appears to be like looks like it might be futuristic, kind of cyberpunky and stuff. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and also thank you, Anthony T. He did send this to us, and he's also a patron as well. So we did take a look. Keep at it. It's an interesting premise. Final thing in the mailbag is this. So this is The Longest Time by Theron Meyer, but this book wasn't created by Theron Meyer. It was created by somebody who sent stuff in to us. Which might be a patron, maybe not. But anyway, he created this. These are little books of Theron Meyer's essay, The Longest Time. And in the back it says, trans woman... Oops, sorry.
No, it's all right. Yeah, I'm not important. Just read the back of the thing.
The trans woman discusses her experience with cultural misandry and her interest in men's rights advocacy. So he sent us 5 of these. You can take a look if you want. Also, if you have anything that you want to send to us, if you're a men's rights organization, you want to send us material about what you do and what you stand for, and you want us to display it somewhere in here, please send it. Or if you're a person who wants to send us a letter, or want to send us more mouse pads and mugs, which was helpful, you know. Or if you just want to say hi, then you can send all of that to 113 First Avenue West, Kelvington, Saskatchewan, Canada, SOA1WO. That is where we are right now.
Come get us.
Yeah, come.
Oh, and comic conventions are a very good place to sell your comic, but do be careful.
Oh, so no, you had to get that in it. Oh, okay, yes. Send whatever. Don't send bombs, though. Not whatever. Not bombs, but whatever that doesn't explode, or inject poison into people, or anything that's not harmful. Send.
That will be harmful post.
I don't agree with Baring. I don't think there is such a thing as male bullying.
I think he was just throwing shit out at the time.
When you say
there's
male,
no such thing as informational bullying.
When you say male, do you mean through the mail, like
No, wait,
bags?
wait.
Or do you mean from
Oh, wait, no.
emails?
Karen was saying that there is such a thing as informational mail bullying, because she said you could send threats. You know, right now we're just not really saying anything of worth, so.
Yeah.
We could probably call it and get back to the depressing stuff.
Yeah.
So, Alison, what might you possibly have meant by what you just said?
Before I was a men's rights activist, I was a questioner. When someone said, "You can't question that," whenever they shamed me for asking, a switch flicked in my brain. I was compelled to defy them, to look at the evidence and arguments for and against, to do my own digging. As a questioner, I did a lot of digging, ferreting down those roots of axiomatic beliefs that everyone knows are right, just right in their bones. When society declares an orthodoxy, it has to hide a lot of bodies, a lot of incriminating evidence that those beliefs are not absolute. For example, when you say God's will is unfathomable, you have to hide that nature is in some ways predictable, that it obeys laws that can be measured and understood. From all that digging, I found the subterranean chasms where our society hides its uncomfortable truths, its incriminating evidence, the things we cannot acknowledge because of doctrine and dogma. In one particularly deep, dark, and hidden chasm, I found men's rights. I found a counterculture of people defined by their understanding of a single truth. Men hurt too. Being a questioner led me to men's rights, but it did not make me a men's rights activist. 4 years ago, the Southern Poverty Law Center declared men's rights groups were hate groups. It sort of maybe took it back and then said they were just misogynists. During that time on Men's Rights Reddit, a number of men expressed the desire to kill themselves for being declared apostate by the SPLC. Feeling helpless to do anything, I declared my online persona, Typhon Blue, a men's rights activist. So if those men were declared apostate and thrown out, so too would Typhon Blue be apostate and thrown out. But that still didn't make me a men's rights activist. 3 years ago, a man named Earl Silverman, who had been running a men's shelter, the only men's shelter in Canada, out of his own home, lost that home and killed himself. He killed himself after 20 years of trying to get the government of Alberta and feminists to recognize that men hurt too. In honor of Earl, I decided to put my real name out as a men's rights activist. But none of that makes me a men's rights activist. Right now, there are people who don't want to answer for my crimes as a questioner. They want to say that men's rights activism deserves someone better than me. If you're a part of that crowd, fine. You can have your label back. I only wore it in the hopes my gesture of solidarity would protect men. I only wore it because I couldn't watch a man hounded to suicide by society's indifference. I only wore it out of objection to the excommunication of men's rights activists. If you're going to throw them under the bus, then you can throw me too. But if you want me to get out of your men's rights clubhouse, fine, I'll go. I don't like the label, and I never have. Because the truth is that men's rights is not what I am. Before I was a men's rights activist, I was a questioner, and my questioning brought me to men's rights. My questions brought me to men's rights, but didn't make me stand up for men's rights. Being a person who will not back down from the truth her questions have uncovered make me stand up for men's rights. A questioner questions. A badger does not back down regardless of the forces arrayed against her. I was a questioner and a badger before I ever declared myself a men's rights activist, and I am happy to return to just being what I do, question and badger. There is a fundamental principle here more important than men's rights, the right to question. This fundamental principle is more than men's rights. In fact, pursuing it makes men's rights irrelevant. As a questioner, I acknowledge no authority that denies my right to question. As a badger, I acknowledge no authority that will stop me bringing attention to the truths I've found. And it's not a coincidence I found men's rights issues in the underground chasms where our society hides its bodies. When I say men's rights is irrelevant, I don't mean that it's irrelevant to advocate for. I mean it could have been anything in that subterranean chasm. This time it was men's rights. Another time it could be something else, like questioning a belief in God. Our orthodoxy in our society is women have it worse. That's why we throw the incriminating evidence, all the ways men are hurt, into the subterranean chasm I found them in. The Democrats, the regressive left, are consolidating moral authority around something we are not allowed to question. Women have it worse. They've won. From now to the point where they definitively declare an Empress of America. And that declaration may come in the next few weeks. From now until the point where they declare the Empress of America and officially rename the United States the Democratic Oligarchy of America, the DOA, the Democratic Party has won. From now on, the American political process is a formality. It's at best a ritual state theater. At worst, it's an active mockery of the people who believe that America has parties or other viable political perspectives aside from that of the regressive left. Because there is no moral principle to oppose the democratic consolidation of moral authority using the orthodoxy women have it worse. Except one. The one that opposes all consolidation of moral authority under an unquestioned orthodoxy. The right to question. Men's rights is just this age's iteration of what we hide because we are not allowed to question. So no, I'm not a men's rights activist. I am a questioner. And if you tell me women have it worst, I will question that. And if you tell me I am apostate for questioning that, I'm not going to let it go. I am not going to ever shut up, and I am not ever going to let go. You might say, I plan to badger. The next episode in this series, explaining how we all lost to the regressive left, will cover Charles Fourier's feminism, how Peter O'Neill's decision as CEO of the Aluminum Company of America to focus on workplace safety increased their profit, and why there weren't enough crusades. Okay. As always, I want to ask a question to all of you who believe in our message but don't support us financially. Please ask yourself why. I want you to really think about why you don't support us now when it can make a difference. I've come to a recent realization that we're facing something ugly, something unconscionable, something I didn't realize was as big as it actually is. And the badgers are needed now more than ever. And the people who feed badgers are needed now more than ever. You're needed. So if you believe in the badgers, tell me why you aren't feeding the badger in the comments below. And if you, after you ask yourself why, you say, why not, you know the drill. Go here to love us long time on Patreon, or here for a one-time quickie on feedthebadger.com. We have some more costs related to housing Brian and Mike in the Badger Caves artist residency, and we put up a new fundraiser so you can help out with that. Everything from now until the Democrats. Yeah, I know. Sit down.
Yeah, it's my process as well. One syllable goes wrong, you're stopping the fucking meeting.
Yeah, just I need
Your
people.
wealth exercises.
No, that's not the
Unique
problem.
New York.
I need people to
Unique New York.
shut up. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oreo.
Okay. Has everybody moved around sufficiently
I have
and
moved.
spoken sufficiently?
Yes.
I have to wait till it scrolls through the rest of it.
Okay, that was very good. Keep going.
Yes, well, thank you.